Fan obsession has always existed, but what happens when it crosses from admiration into something more sinister? What if I told you one of Hollywood's most celebrated marriages began with behavior that psychologists classify as pathological fixation? In 2009, as Justin Bieber rocketed to stardom, his management team implemented unprecedented security protocols after receiving what former bodyguard Kenny Hamilton described as disturbing letters detailing elaborate fantasies from obsessed fans. The intensity of Bieber fever reached dangerous levels. During his 2011 fragrance launch at Macy's, 19 fans were hospitalized with injuries sustained while rushing barricades. In Manila, 2 teenage girls suffered cardiac events after glimpsing him from the front row. But while security teams were focused on the obvious threats, they missed something hiding in plain sight: a calculated presence who would repeatedly orchestrate accidental encounters spanning nearly a decade. What makes this case particularly disturbing is the digital trail. Between 2011 and 2016, one individual maintained a shadow account documented by web archives to obsessively monitor Justin's movements, posting over 2,000 comments before strategically deleting the evidence once proximity was achieved. The pattern began in November 2009 when Stephen Baldwin brought his daughter Hailey backstage at the Today Show. What followed was documented in social media timestamps, paparazzi photos, and witness accounts. 9 years of methodical positioning disguised as random encounters. Former Bieber tour manager Allison Kay later admitted they maintained an unofficial watch list of concerning fans. What she didn't reveal until 2022 was that certain individuals with industry connections received special scrutiny after appearing at multiple international locations without explanation. This isn't love at first sight. This is a documented case of what relationship therapists term strategic persistence, and once you see the evidence, you'll never look at Hollywood's favorite Christian couple the same way again. The Today Show introduction wasn't a singular event. What emerged was a pattern of carefully orchestrated appearances. Within months, Hailey materialized at Justin's Toyota-sponsored performance in NYC's Rockefeller Center, only to resurface across the country at his Never Say Never film launch in California. During the premiere, eagle-eyed observers spotted her not immersed in the screaming crowd of fans, but strategically positioned within camera range of the purple carpet procession. While millions of fans adored Justin from afar, Hailey appeared determined to transition from admirer to acquaintance. And when Selena claimed Justin's affection rather than retreating, Hailey seemingly intensified her campaign. Perhaps the most eyebrow-raising incident occurred when media captured Justin and Selena enjoying a private evening dining at a sushi restaurant before catching a film. What the couple didn't realize was that media outlets had simultaneously photographed Hailey trailing their movements throughout the evening, maintaining visual contact with Justin from a calculated distance. One might dismiss these recurring appearances as Hollywood coincidences after all. That explanation might have sufficed until 2019, when a revelation from an unexpected source cast these coincidences in an entirely different light. A former Bieber devotee with substantial online influence published a video divulging how she personally assisted Hailey's pursuit, complete with documented evidence that would transform public perception of the Baldwin-Bieber connection forever. In 2019, a former Bieber community organizer named Dana stepped forward with an account that adds context to what previously seemed like fortunate coincidences. This New York-based influencer had amassed over 200,000 followers on her Bieber-dedicated platform. What nobody realized was that among her followers was a 15-year-old Hailey Baldwin. What started as casual online interaction evolved into something more calculated. According to Dana's archived messages, Hailey established a direct communication channel, regularly exchanging messages and seeking specific information about Justin's whereabouts. Among the most revealing evidence Dana presented were partially deleted message threads.
I have to take my word for this one because I don't have it, but she said, "What hotel is Justin staying at? Kylie and I want to know."
The message directly above this one disappeared because she unsent it immediately, Dana explained in her video. Perhaps most compelling among Dana's evidence are screenshots showing a teenage Hailey speculating about Justin's physical development, contemplating how much taller he might grow, exactly the type of conversation typical among devoted fans, not casual acquaintances. By 2013, Hailey had developed a protective attitude toward Justin, reaching out to verify whether direct messages Dana had attributed to him were authentic. When Dana clarified they were fabricated for entertainment, Hailey's relief was palpable. Following Justin and Selena's viral lip-sync video to Call Me Maybe, Dana coordinated a fan recreation. Among the submitted clips was one from Hailey herself, eager to participate in what was essentially fan tribute content, a remarkable choice for someone who would later insist she was never part of the Bieber fandom. This behind-the-scenes maneuvering occurred during a period of turbulence in Justin's relationship with Selena, a vulnerability Hailey appeared poised to exploit through her growing network of strategic relationships.
You seeing anybody right now?
No.
The blueprint for becoming Mrs. Bieber required more than just fortuitous appearances. What emerged between 2013 and 2015 was a sophisticated social positioning strategy, leveraging influential friendship circles. While Justin navigated his tumultuous relationship with Selena, Hailey methodically cultivated connections with individuals who maintained direct access to him. Chief among these strategic relationships was her growing friendship with Kendall Jenner. The Jenner alliance proved particularly valuable. In November 2014, while attending an Usher performance, Justin, Kendall, and Hailey were photographed together, marking their first documented social gathering. This public sighting represented a significant milestone. Hailey had successfully transitioned from background observer to foreground participant in Justin's social sphere. What followed was a carefully orchestrated series of group activities. December 2014 saw Hailey accompanying Justin, Kendall, and their mutual friends to a Southern California church service. Within weeks, they reunited for a New Year's celebration in Turks and Caicos, where paparazzi captured them jet skiing together. Though seemingly casual, the timing aligned perfectly with Selena's high-profile relationship with Zed, suggesting a calculated response rather than coincidental timing. February 2015 brought another strategic development. Kendall arranged for Hailey to accompany them to the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber. This attendance pattern continued through Coachella in April, where the trio's constant companionship ensured continuous media documentation. Perhaps most revealing was the evolution of Hailey's public statements during this period. In a February 2016 interview with E!, she carefully positioned herself as just friends with Justin while simultaneously acknowledging their special connection. "We've known each other since I was really young. He's just been a friend of mine over the years." This calculated ambiguity maintained her proximity while avoiding the obsessed fan label despite mounting evidence suggesting otherwise, effectively concealing what appeared to be a long-term acquisition strategy. By 2016, the friendship circle tactic had achieved its intended outcome. Justin had incorporated Hailey into his inner social ecosystem, setting the stage for the relationship's inevitable next phase, a transition from just friends to something considerably more intimate. This meticulously constructed social web represents perhaps the most sophisticated element of Hailey's blueprint, a textbook demonstration of strategic relationship building designed with a singular objective: positioning herself as the inevitable successor. All that networking and friend-making paid off. Hailey wasn't just hanging around Justin anymore, they started showing up in each other's Instagram posts looking super cozy. You know how people say they're just friends, but the pictures tell a whole different story. New Year's 2016 was the big moment. Justin dropped this bombshell photo of them kissing in St. Bart's. Not exactly subtle. Just like that, they went from "we're totally just buddies" to full-on PDA mode. The internet absolutely lost it. But here's where it gets weird. A couple weeks later, Hailey's doing interviews saying they're not exclusive. "He's about to go on tour," she told E! "We're not an exclusive couple." Talk about confusing signals. Meanwhile, Justin's giving GQ magazine this whole speech about Hailey being someone he really loves, but that he doesn't want to damage her with a serious relationship. Reading between the lines, it was pretty obvious he wasn't fully over Selena. The timing's super interesting too. Just when Selena drops her "hands to myself" video where she's obsessing over a guy, suddenly Justin's all over social media with Hailey. Coincidence? I think not. But then, plot twist. By April 2016, the whole Hailey thing cooled off. Justin was back to posting throwback pics of him and Selena, liking her Instagram posts and showing up at her concerts. You'd think that would be the end of Hailey's master plan. Most people would just move on after getting dumped. But not Hailey Baldwin. She played it cool, dated a few other celebs like Drake and Shawn Mendes, but kept Justin in her life just enough to stay on his radar. In a 2018 interview right after getting back with Justin, she straight up admitted there was a long period of time when they weren't friends.
And you were like, I'm happy, I'm single, like, I'm not talking to Justin. In fact, I'm not talking to anyone.
Yeah, I like my space. I just know that I want him to be in my life forever.
So by the time 2018 rolled around, Hailey had perfectly positioned herself as the girl from Justin's past who never quite went away. The old flame waiting to be rekindled. And boy, was she ready when that moment finally came. So what happened between 2016 and 2018? Well, Justin and Selena gave everyone whiplash with their final on-again, off-again dance. October 2017 was wild. Paparazzi caught Selena riding bikes with Justin. The timeline's super sketchy here. 1 minute, Selena's dating The Weeknd, and literally days after that breakup news, she's having breakfast with Justin at a local cafe like it's no big deal. By November, they're spotted kissing at his hockey game, and boom, Jelena's officially back. Justin's mom even jumped on Instagram calling Selena precious. Talk about awkward for Hailey, who had to watch all this play out from the sidelines. But here's the crazy part: during this exact same time, Justin was secretly texting Hailey. In that famous Vogue interview after they got married, Hailey spilled the tea. We were still talking when he was with Selena. Whoa. The craziest part is how fast things moved once Jelena was officially done. In June 2018, barely 2 months after his final breakup with Selena, Justin and Hailey were spotted making out in Brooklyn. By July, they were engaged. Justin posted this super long, intense Instagram announcement about how God had planned Hailey for him all along. And get this, they secretly got married at a courthouse in September 2018, just 3 months after getting back together. Talk about not wasting any time. Poor Selena apparently had a total breakdown over all this. She checked into a mental health facility in October, right after Justin and Hailey's wedding news hit. Her fans were quick to connect the dots, even though her team claimed it was about anxiety and depression. The timeline here is just bonkers. Justin went from being totally in love with Selena in March to married to Hailey by September. Either this guy falls in love at warp speed, or maybe just maybe Hailey's patience finally paid off at exactly the right moment when Justin was at his lowest and most vulnerable. Either way, Hailey finally got what she'd been working toward for nearly a decade. Mission accomplished. So here we are in 2025, looking back at one of the wildest celebrity love stories ever. Hailey got her man, had his baby, and completely transformed from random Nepo kid to global superstar with her own skincare empire. Mission accomplished, right? But at what cost? The internet never forgets, and Hailey's constantly fighting this stalker narrative. Every time she posts about Justin, the comments fill up with people calling her obsessed and bringing up her fangirl past. Their body language in public is interesting. In so many videos, Justin walks 10 feet ahead while Hailey trails behind, trying to hold his hand. Remember that viral car door moment, where he just left her standing there while paparazzi swarmed? Awkward. Their interviews are even weirder. Justin did that Apple Music thing where he basically admitted he wasn't sure about marrying Hailey at first. I was extremely nervous because I was making a lifetime decision. Not exactly the romantic stuff dreams are made of.
It was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not... Looking back now, I'm like, it was definitely an arranged marriage. Like, they set this whole thing up.
Meanwhile, Selena's absolutely thriving. Her rare beauty line is crushing Hailey's road in sales, her acting career's on fire. Living well really is the best revenge. The fans haven't moved on either. Every time Selena and Hailey breathe near each other, #Team Selena and #Team Hailey trend worldwide. And don't get me started on the conspiracy theories. People literally analyze the timeline of Hailey's pregnancy announcement, claiming she waited until Selena was on vacation to drop the news. The real question is, was it worth it? Hailey spent her entire adolescence and young adulthood chasing one guy. She built her whole identity around becoming Mrs. Bieber. Now she's stuck managing Justin's various dramas while trying to convince the world she's a self-made businesswoman. Poor Justin dude can't post a throwback pic without people analyzing whether he's secretly missing Selena. His comments are always flooded with "Selena was better" messages. Talk about baggage. The lesson here isn't about love winning. It's about what happens when you get exactly what you wanted, and it's not quite what you expected. Hailey got her teenage dream, but now she's living in a goldfish bowl where millions of people question her relationship daily. I guess the real moral is, careful what you wish for. Hailey Baldwin became Hailey Bieber through sheer determination and what looks like a decade-long master plan. She got the guy, the ring, the baby, the last name. But she also got the scrutiny, the comparisons, and a husband who sometimes looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Was the blueprint worth following? I'll let you decide.